Okay, good evening. Can you hear me? I think, okay, no, you can hear me. Okay, very good. Okay, today we going to start our very new lesson, that is coordinate geometry. It's a maths lesson. Maths part. In the maths part, as I told, we have only five lessons. From these five, the uh, area and volume, trigonometry, the Pythagoras theorem, they are very basic lessons. No, they are very basics. They are very easy. We discussed the area and volume and trigonometry. We already completed. The Pythagoras method also we can complete within very short time. That is a very small lesson, very simple lesson. But in this our syllabus, this coordinate geometry and the statistic is most important math lessons, because other area and volume, trigonometry and Pythagoras theorem, they are basic mathematics. The basic, no? They are very basic, common, you already know in O level time. But you don't know about this, what is the coordinate geometry and descriptive statistic. They are very new lessons. You have to new lessons, and they are very long lessons. That's a very long lesson. The coordinate geometry is not a short lesson. That's a very long maths lesson. Therefore, one part by part we need to complete the full lesson, and then we can do a tutorial session. We can complete the coordinate geometry lesson. Actually today I plan to I have scheduled start the mechanical properties of matters, but I thought before that better to complete this coordinate geometry, and then after, because we did all last few months we did a lot of physics lessons, no? Therefore, I thought to do this coordinate geometry, and next we come to the mechanical properties of matters. Okay, before we start new lesson, do you complete the tutorial? Are you complete? Send raise hand. Are you complete the tutorial? Yeah, two questions remain, no? Two questions. Last day tutorial. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's the tutorial file. I think here. Give me a second. Need to find this. The tutorial file. This is the tutorial. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Are you complete? These two questions, the 7 and 8 question, we can't complete. We couldn't complete. Okay. Kabir, can you read them letters? Can you read? Okay. Okay, read the question. A car of new students. I know few new students don't think about this lesson. You can start from our new lesson. Give for us 15 minutes to complete the previous lesson. Okay, then you can do it. You can continue with our new lesson. Don't think anything. Okay, a car of mass 1,000 kilogram passes the 10 kilogram mark with the velocity of 60 meters per second. 60 meters per second. The velocity with which it passed 11 kilometer mark, the 11 kilometer mark 10 ms minus 1. That's a story. Okay, anyone complete this before me? I told this is homework. No, I told this is your homework. I think you all have complete this. Who completed? Raise hand. Not completed. Who try this in the home? You already try, no? Good. Okay. Okay. The first part asks what is the kinetic energy of the car when is pass the 10 kilometer mark. What is the kinetic energy? Okay, first of all, this is a car motion on a horizontal road. No, this is what is the motion? Linear motion or rotational motion? That's a linear motion. Very simple. Then, if it is linear motion, the first part asks the kinetic energy when the car passed the 10 kilometer mark. When 10 kilometer mark pass, the speed is, the velocity is 60 meters per second. The velocity is 60 meters per second. Then we can go the question number 7. The question number 7. The question number 7, part 1. The kinetic energy of is asking the kinetic energy. The kinetic energy. What is the in linear motion? What is the kinetic energy? That we called as linear kinetic energy. Do you remember? Linear kinetic energy. What is the equation? Do you remember? Half mv squared. The half mv squared. Very simple questions. Half mv squared. But you can practice the again and again. The theory part you can practice. The half mv squared means the half is a constant. The half is a constant. Then the mass means the mass of the car. What is the mass? The mass is 1,000 kilogram. 1,000 kilogram. The velocity past the 10 kilometer mark, it is 60 meters per second. Then 60 multiplied by 60 meters per second, because velocity squared, v squared, velocity squared. Therefore, we can say the 2 to 60 cancel out, it is 30. Then 3 into 6, it is 18. 18, how many zeros? 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 joules. That is the kinetic energy. That's a huge kinetic energy, no? Huge kinetic energy. And if you want, you can say it is by prefixes. It is 1,800 kilojoule. 1,800 kilojoule. That's the first part answer. First part answer. First part answer. Okay, go to the second part. Understood? Very simple. Okay, very simple. Half mv squared is the linear kinetic energy. Question number 2. What is the kinetic energy of the car when it passes the 11 kilometer mark? 11 kilometer mark, again very simple. 11 kilometer mark passing. While passing the 11 kilometer mark, the speed is 10 meters per second. The velocity is 10 meters per second. Then you can go to the come to the whiteboard. Okay, I will take, sorry, I will take this. Okay, question part 2. Question part 2. When the car is past 11 km mark, what is the kinetic energy? The same equation, the kinetic energy equal half mv squared. Half mv squared. The half is a constant. The mass is 1000 kilogram. The velocity is while passing the 11 kilometer mark, the speed is, the velocity is 10, then 10 into 10 meters per second. 10 into 10, the 10 is square, that means 10 into 10. Then 2 and 10 cancel, it is 5. Then 1 multiplied by 5, it is 5. 5 multiplied by 1, it is again 5. Then how many 0? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 joule. The 50,000 joule. 50,000 joule mean 50 kilojoule. 50 kilojoule. 50 kilojoule. 50 kilojoule. 50,000 joule, that means 50 kilojoule. Understood? First and 2, very simple. No? Very simple. Then quickly. Understood? Any doubt? Any doubt? Okay. No any doubt. Very simple thing we discussed. Okay. Now third part is the question actually. Okay. How much work is done? Okay. Now first understand the question. This is the 10 kilometer mark. Okay. This is the 10 kilometer mark. Okay. 10 kilometer mark. This is the 11 kilometer mark. This is the 11 kilometer mark. 11 kilometer mark. 11 kilometer mark. Okay, now this is the road. This is the horizontal road. Horizontal road, and this is the vehicle. Think this is the vehicle. Very simple question. This is the vehicle. This is the vehicle. This vehicle move along this horizontal path. Then the 10 kilometer mark pass with 60 meters per second velocity. The 11 kilometer mark pass with 10 meters per second velocity. Simple thing. Okay, then the third part asks, read the question, how much work is done by the car during that time of deceleration? You can see 60 meters per second to 10 meters per second. Then within this 1 kilometer, 10 kilometer to 11 kilometer, the gap is 1 kilometer. Then within this 1 kilometer, that is a deceleration. The speed is, with time, the velocity has decreased. No, the velocity has decreased. Therefore, that is a deceleration. Okay, simple. That is a deceleration. How much work is done by the car during that time of deceleration? That means within this 1 kilometer, how much work is done? How much work is done? What do you think? How much work is done? Actually, I explained this same thing. How much work is done during this 1 kilometer? How we get? Do you have any idea? Any idea? Yes, the work done by the vehicle equal to the kinetic energy loss. Actually, I explained, no? I explained. The work done by the vehicle, you can write the question number 3, part 3. The work done by the vehicle, new student, don't think about that, okay? You can't understand. That's the final, the most advanced part of the work energy lesson. Okay, you can go through first video. You can start from first video and come to this level. Then you can, if you watch this video, then you can understand. Otherwise, you can't. Okay. Okay. Other completed student, you can understand the work done by the vehicle, the work done by the vehicle should equal to that's it should be closed system. The closed system mean other no any forces not affecting the friction or what, only friction force. That's a horizontal path, that's a horizontal road, therefore only friction force, other extra forces are not affecting. In this closed system, the work done by the vehicle should equal to the uh, the work kinetic energy lost, the kinetic energy lost by the vehicle. That's a principle. Vehicle, then the work done by the vehicle equal the kinetic energy loss, mean the initial kinetic energy 1800 kilojoule, the final is 50 kilojoule. You can minus 1800 kilojoule minus the initial one is 50 kilojoule, then you can get the 1750 kilojoule. Understood? 1750 kilojoule is the work done during this deceleration 1 kilometer period. Okay, then you need to remember, if it is a closed system, other no any factors not affecting, the work done by the object should equal to the kinetic energy lost by the vehicle. The kinetic energy lost by the vehicle. Are you got? I asked him from completed student. Others you can't. Are you good? Okay, Amavi. Are you good? And other, who are the? Denit? Suhet? Good. Good, good. Amina, are you there? Yes. Yeah, all new students. All students is there now. Okay. Okay, the same thing I explained last day also, no? Good. Okay, come to the paper. Okay, the final part. If you try this before me, if you try this question as homework question, they are very simple to you. What is the value of the forces? Sorry, what is the value of the force act on the car for above deceleration? Good question. Above deceleration period, what is the value of the force act on this car? Think it is a deceleration. It is deceleration. Think this is the car. Okay, think this is a car. It is deceleration. That means the speed has the velocity decreasing, gradually decreasing. Tell me, then if the external force acting on this side, though, this side, the F1 or F2, we need to find. F1, the external force acting into F1 direction or F2 direction. What do you think? This is the road. This is the road. This is the car. Think and tell me, if it is deceleration from 10 kilometer mark to 11 kilometer mark, it is a deceleration. Tell me the external force act on right side direction F1 or left side direction F2. What do you think? External force acting? Very good. F2 direction, because if it is F1 direction external force, it is acceleration. That as example, if think we have a vehicle, we given a external force by the engine to forward direction. Then what happened? The vehicle is accelerating. But in this case, the vehicle 60 meters per second to 10 meters per second. It is a deceleration. During deceleration, therefore, always the force is acting into the opposite direction. This force, opposite direction force is asking. The opposite direction force is asking. Okay. Then opposite direction force is asking. Okay, then what is the method you can get the force? The work equal, very simple, the work equal, what is the work equation? The work equal the external force multiplied by the displacement into force direction. Displacement into force direction. Now the external force is asking the work done by the object. What is the value? Work done by the object 1750 and three zeros joule is the work done by the object during this 1 kilometer period. Then the external force we don't know. External force we don't know. What is the displacement? The displacement is 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer mean in standard unit it is 1000 meter. 1000 meter. 1000 meter. Very simple questions. Now 1000 meter. Then you can see this 30 to 30 cancel out. 30 to 30 cancel out. Then F equal F4 F2 equal F equal 1750 Newton. 1750 Newton. Understood? Anyone, do I need to explain again? Put in the chat, then I will explain again. Quickly. Do I need again? Okay, good. Okay, then can we start the new lesson? Can you do in home as homework question? Do I need to do? Yeah, very simple question. Very simple question. Okay, quickly complete and go to the new lesson. Okay, what is the meaning of pendulum? Mean what? Pendulum. Pendulum කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? What's the mean? You already know. I asked the word. The pendulum what? Pendulum කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? Yeah, English word I asked. What is that? Pendulum. What? Yeah, you already know. That's a yeah. Pendulum. Amma, do you know? Pendulum. Yeah, yeah. Part normally අපි කියන්නේ ඔරලෝසුවේ බට්ට කියලා. That is a pendulum. The circular part with the rod which present in wall cock. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. ඔරලෝසුවේ බට්ට කියන්නේ ඒකට තමයි. In physics, that we call pendulum. I think the normal word also pendulum. I don't know. In physics, the questions coming as pendulum. The pendulum mean the watch butta. Okay. Okay. The a pendulum of a watch is given in the figure with the mass of 100 gram. Okay, this one mass is 100 gram. Which is the lowest position of the pendulum, that means B point, that's the lowest position, and the string is pulled to position A. The string is pulled to position A. The highest height difference was A and B height difference was 80 centimeter. In the picture that given, in the figure that given, 0.8 meter, that equal 0.8 meter is 80 centimeter. That's correct. Then if it is released freely, now from A point to, if I release that freely, find the velocity of the pendulum at the point B. That's a closed system, no any other factors affecting. That's a closed system. Find the velocity of the pendulum at the point B. Okay, how we get this? What is the law? What is the principle? The mechanical energy conservation law. Mechanical energy conservation law. What is the mechanical energy conservation law? In a closed system, the total mechanical energy is a constant value. Very simple law. In a closed system, the total mechanical energy is a constant value. Then from A point and B point, that's a closed system. No? Therefore, A point and B point, total mechanical energy is a constant value. Total mechanical energy, A point, at the A point, it is released from freely. No? Then what happened? The velocity, the starting velocity is 0. No? The starting velocity is 0 ms minus 1. It is starting from 0, starting from rest. No? It is starting freely. This word is important. Freely. Release freely. Then the starting velocity is 0. 0 to it increase and come to B with some velocity. Okay, then B point what and A point, what is the height from ground level or whatever considered in level? The height is 80 centimeter. 80 centimeter means 0.8 meter. Okay, then B point, what happened? Height. The height is B point 0. The height is 0 because it's a lowest point. The height is 0. Now, what we can conclude about the total mechanical energy of A point and B point. The total mechanical energy mean what? The total mechanical energy mean in any point, the total mechanical energy mean what? The total mechanical energy mean potential energy plus kinetic energy. No? Potential energy plus kinetic energy. That's the total mechanical energy. Then what is the total mechanical energy law? In a closed system, that is a closed system. In a closed system, the total mechanical energy is a constant value. Simple. Then point A, what is the total mechanical energy? The total mechanical energy, potential energy plus kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. Point B, what is the total mechanical energy? Potential energy plus kinetic energy. Simple. Now understand. If it is starting from freely, the initial velocity is 0. From A point, what happened to the kinetic energy? The kinetic energy equal half mv squared. No? Understand, half mv squared. No? Then velocity 0 mean what happened to the kinetic energy? All kinetic energy become 0. Therefore, the total mechanical energy, the kinetic energy is cancel out. The kinetic energy we can cancel because the kinetic energy, the velocity is 0. Now the total mechanical energy of the point A equal to the potential energy. Total mechanical energy of the point A equal to the potential energy. Understand very carefully focus. Okay, the total mechanical energy of the point A is totally equal to the potential energy. Okay, now the total mechanical energy, when we consider about total mechanical energy of the point B, what happened? The point B, the height is 0. The height is 0 mean, what is the potential energy mean? The potential energy mean mgh. Do you remember? The potential energy mean mgh, no? In mgh, at the A B point, the h is what? H is 0. H0 mean height 0. Then potential energy 0. Very good. Potential energy 0. Then we can say the total mechanical energy of the B point totally equal to the only kinetic energy. That is the equal to total mechanical energy. Okay, can you realize up to now? Then the calculation very simple. Can you realize up to now? The A point total mechanical energy totally equal to the potential energy. The B point total mechanical energy totally equal to the kinetic energy. Send me up to now. Can you realize? Then calculations are very simple. That's the understand part. Others quickly. Yeah, sir, understood. Capital Olympic. Okay. Okay, then the find the velocity of the pendulum at the point B. At the point B, very simple. At the point B. At the point B, now you can use the total mechanical energy. Sorry, mechanical energy conservation law. The mechanical energy conservation law, according to mechanical energy conservation law, the A point, go to the green board. According to the question number 1, 8, part 1, according to the total mechanical, according to the mechanical energy conservation law, the A point total mechanical energy equal to the B point total mechanical energy. The A point total mechanical energy totally equal to the A point total mechanical energy fully equal to the potential energy of the pendulum. Potential energy. The potential energy mean mgh. The potential energy mean mgh. B point total mechanical energy full equal to the kinetic energy. The kinetic energy mean half mv squared. The half mv squared. The potential energy cancel out and therefore half mv square. Half mv square. Okay, half mv square. Then the mass, do we need mass? The mass is a one value, no, that's a pendulum, no, A point and B, the mass is not changing, no. If it is pendulum come from A point to B point, it's the mass is no any change. Therefore, the mass to mass we can cancel out. Mass to mass we can cancel out because it is the same object. Then the G value is 10 ms minus 2. That is gravitational acceleration. The height is 0.8 meter equal, that's given in the figure. The height is 0.8. Then half velocity square. The load, I think when you doing this question, the question was the mass, no? The mass is not given. Why? The mass is cancelled out because A point and B point both the total mechanical energy, the potential energy of the A point equal to the kinetic energy of the B point. In A and B both point, the mass is the same value because that is the same object, no? Therefore, mass to mass cancel out there. Understand, focus very well. Then the velocity is asking velocity, we don't know. The velocity we don't know. Then 10 10 multiplied by 8. 8, it is 10 multiplied by 0.8. The value is 8, no? 8. 8 equal 1 over 2 v squared. Then cross multiplication 16 equal v squared. V equal 4 ms minus 1. Simple question. 4 ms minus 1. The velocity is 4 ms minus 1. Who got this answer before me in homework question? Who got this answer? Raise hand. If you got that, perfect, because they are the maximum level question we are doing from work energy lesson. Anyone not there? Anyone? Okay, you have to move. Try you. If you try, I think you can manage this. The same type question we discussed. Okay, do we need time? Completed? The mass of the pendulum 100 gram. It is given. Okay, no issue. The mass to mass, if you use 100 gram and 100 gram, 100 gram and 100 gram, what happened? Again cancel. Then don't need to substitute. That's why I told. Yeah, if it is given or not, you can do this question. Yeah. Okay. If the string breaks at the point position B, if it is given in the question given mass, probably in next question that will important. Okay, we'll see. If the string breaks at the point B, this point the string is break. At the point B, then decelerates along the rough horizontal table and stop after 10 seconds. Good question. Then this, when it's coming to B point, the string has breaks. Okay, then along this horizontal rough surface, the object is decelerate up to 10 seconds. Okay, up to 10 seconds. This is after 10 seconds. Think it is stop at this point. Okay, think this is the C point. In our reference, we can say the final point is C. Along this horizontal axis, it's more into up to C point within 10 seconds. The time is given within 10 seconds. Within 10 seconds. Within 10 seconds. Within 10 seconds. From B point to C point, it's on a rough surface, it's moving within 10 seconds. Okay, now the question asks, find deceleration of the pendulum. Find deceleration of the pendulum. Okay, how we get the deceleration? What is the deceleration equal? Very simple question. No? The deceleration is the minus acceleration. Then if you find the acceleration, that's the deceleration. Minus value is the deceleration. Okay. The acceleration, what is the equation? V2 minus, that means final velocity minus initial velocity over time. Simple question. That's all our question. No? Then the V2 is the final velocity at the C point. It is stopping. No? Then the V2 is 0 minus V1 is V velocity. V velocity we found in the previous. It was 4 meters per second minus 10 second. 10 second. Then what is our answer? What is the answer? The acceleration equal minus 0.4 minus 0.4 ms minus 2. Then deceleration is 0.4. Then you can deceleration equal 0.4. Positive value is the deceleration. ms minus 2. This is the answer. Simple, no? That's a O-level question and not the A-level. Then B point velocity you already know. That's 4. Then 4 to and C point it is stop. Then within 10 seconds. Time is 10 seconds. Understood? Understood? Yeah, come to the final question. Find the find the resistive force acting on the pendulum. Good question. Find the resistive force. The resistive force mean actually this is a rough surface, no? Then rough surface act which force? The friction force. The friction force act into this direction, opposite direction. That's a friction force, F dash. This force is asking. Then what is the equation? The equation equal according to which law? Newton's second law you can use for this question. According to Newton's second law, you can start very beautiful way. Okay, any question according to, you can write the law according to Newton's second law. The external force equal ma. That's the Newton's second law. Then you can the external force is actually asking. What is the mass? For this question, Kabir, I got this question. The mass is important. For first question, don't need. That's the mass. The pendulum mass is 100 gram. Then over 1000 to convert into kilogram. Then it is kilogram. Then acceleration mean, the deceleration mean minus acceleration. Then we can use 0.4. No problem. 0.4 ms minus 2 in standard unit. Okay, now 20 to 20 cancel out. Then 0.04 Newton is the value. Newton mean NEW, no? Somehow. Okay, any doubt from work and energy lesson? You can ask now. Any doubt? Okay, every type of question we discussed in the tutorial and in the lesson also. We discussed every part, every Different types of questions we discussed. Any doubt? No doubt. Now, any question you can know? Any type of question? Okay, send me the work and energy. Okay, now send clear. Any doubt? Okay. Okay, all clear. Good. Okay, then write down your second exam. Or if you all clear, your second exam. What is today? Wednesday. Next Sunday. Okay, no. Then next Sunday. Okay. Coming Sunday. Up to work energy lesson on. Time enough. Time enough. You have 4 days. Enough for? Do you need more time? Then I can give you 1 week. Enough? Yeah, tell me, tell me. Next Sunday mean coming Sunday. Okay, I will schedule and I will at what time, sir? Then I need one. Okay, I will give you only 1 week for ready. Your exam will exam only 2.5 hours this time. Okay, 2.5 hours. The exam number 2, it's 2.5 hours. I will send what is the exact time and date and what is the structure of the paper. Probably you have 30 MCQ and 2 structured essay and 1 essay question. 1 or 2 essay question. Still I not decide. Only MCQ paper now ready. Other 3 question I need to prepare. Okay, within 1 hour I can prepare the paper because I have a lot of questions. Then you have to ready. I will give you 1 week. 1 week and the date and time I will let you know in the group with announcement. Then you can ready for this. Only again and again I can't do this. Again only one time, only 2.5 hour only I can conduct. Then if you you have to somehow you have to find time for do this. Okay. Okay. Now start our new lesson. Okay, from coordinate geometry, no any question. Up to work and energy only. Then what are the lessons you need to ready? The measurement, area and volume, trigonometry, uh, forces. What are the? Yeah, I have sent you in the group. Wait, I'll take. What are the completed lesson? Area and volume, measurement, forces, biomolecules, important. One structured is a question from biomolecule. Okay. Rotational motion, very important. Lot of MCQ coming from rotational motion, and trigonometry, the work energy and power. Okay, they are the lessons. How many lessons you have ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 lessons. Yeah, only 7 lessons. Simple exam. Only 7 lessons you have ready. And this is our 8th lesson, the coordinate geometry. No any question from coordinate geometry. Okay, no any question from coordinate geometry. Then other 7 lesson first cover, and if you not cover any part of the this first 7 lesson, you can go to recording. You can ask recording from me, send me WhatsApp, and ask recording, and you have to ready within, I will give you only 1 week. 1 week, then you can ready, and uh, we'll see who got the highest mark. Okay. Okay. Okay, now come to the new lesson, the coordinate geometry. If this exam not ask coordinate geometry, lot of question come for exam number 3. Okay, therefore don't take easy this coordinate geometry. That's a very important lesson. Okay, the coordinate geometry. This is our first maths lesson, first advanced maths lesson. Previous we discussed about the basic mathematics lessons, no? Area and volume, trigonometry, they are very basic. You already know these things. Okay, now today we going to start about coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry. Okay, take your note and note down the topic, the coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry, that's a, very interesting lesson. I will give you, actually don't have any note in this lesson, only we have calculation. Then we can do as written note, we can continue. That's a better, this calculation letters, calculation lessons, if I give note, it's not practical. Okay, therefore I will give you few very few very small note you have to write, then other all are calculations you have to do. Okay, all are calculation lesson. Okay, coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry. Within this coordinate geometry, mainly we discussed about functions. Okay, within this coordinate geometry, mainly we discussed about functions. What is the functions mean in mathematics? Functions. What are the functions? Do you know what are the functions? Functions. The word functions mean, not the function mean anything doing, no? The purpose, like that, not that meaning. In mathematics, what is the function? Functions. As you need, I will, if you need, I will few example, I will give few example. As example, functions are, there are different types of functions: linear functions, quadratic functions, cubic functions, the trigonometric functions. There are different types of functions. What are the functions? What are the functions? Any idea? Functions, you already know, I think. Functions, any idea? No idea. Functions. Kabir, what do you think? What is the functions? Yeah, trigonometric also a function. Then linear function, quadratic functions. There are different types of functions in the maths. What is the meaning of functions? Remember, the function mean the relationship, the relationship, the relationship between the relationship between two or more factors. Okay, the relationship between two or more factors. The relationship between two or more factors. That's the function. Okay, as example, the trigonometric function what? The trigonometric function mean what? Understand? Okay, the trigonometric function mean this is a triangle. This triangle, if it is theta, the opposite side and adjacent side relationship is the trigonometric function. No, that is a sine, sorry, tan function, tan trigonometric function. Do you remember? The think this is ABC, ABC. Then the sine is a trigonometric ratio or trigonometric function. Then sine theta equal AB over AC. AB over AC. That is a function. Okay, the the relationship between two factors. No, it can be two factors or more than two factors. It is possible to two factors or more than two factors. That's the meaning of functions. That's the meaning of functions. Understood? What is the meaning of functions first? Functions mean the relationship between two or more factors. If I give as output, that is the function. Understood? Say point by point understood. Then these lessons are very easy. Don't miss any part. If you miss any part, uh, it very difficult. Okay, okay. Write down very small note. In this lesson, first point. In this lesson, in this lesson, in this lesson, we discuss different types of functions, different types of functions, different types of functions. Second point, the function is a relationship. A function is a relationship between a function is a relationship between two or more factors. A function is a relationship between two or more factors. Two or more factors. Two or more factors. Write down examples. Examples. Linear functions. Linear functions. Linear functions. The second one is quadratic function. Quadratic function. Quadratic functions. Cubic function. Cubic functions. Cubic functions. Exponential functions. Exponential function. exponential functions. Final one, trigonometric functions. Trigonometric function. Trigonometric functions. Trigonometric functions. Okay, they are the different types of functions. Different types of functions. Okay, from this, okay, complete writing. I told as example for functions, you can write down these 5 type of functions I given. Okay, now about cubic function and exponential function. If you select any degree program in the first year, you can learn about cubic functions and exponential function that with differentiation. For this function, differentiation. Differentiation mean what? Avakalane, anukalane kya? Differentiation and the opposite side, I don't remember the word. Yeah, this type advanced calculation need for cubic functions and exponential functions. Okay, but in the trigonometry lesson, we discussed trigonometric functions. We already know that we already know. The linear functions, within this lesson, we discuss linear functions and quadratic functions. Okay, within this lesson, we only discussed about linear functions and quadratic functions. Others you can learn in the future. In the A-level our syllabus, we discussed only linear functions and quadratic functions. Okay, write down with star mark. Below, write down star mark. In this lesson, mainly focus into the linear functions and quadratic functions. 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 Okay, now I will give you the full summary of this lesson, then we can complete part by part. Okay. Functions we can divide into 2 main types. Okay, now other types we're not going to discuss in this lesson. In this lesson only we discuss 2 type of function. The first one is linear function. Linear function. And the second one is quadratic function. Linear function and quadratic function. Under linear function, understand, under linear function, okay, under linear functions, we mainly discuss the first thing is, that is the second one. The first one we discussed under linear function about Cartesian plane. That's our first topic. We discussed about Cartesian plane. The second one is the distance or the length of straight line. How to find the length of straight line? Don't think I will explain. Length of straight line. Length of straight line. They are the topic, subtopic we need to discuss on the linear functions. They are the subtopic. The length of straight line on a Cartesian plane. Okay, I will give you full subtopic in the lesson. Now just understand they are the that's the full summary of the lesson we need to cover. Okay. The third one is the midpoint of straight line. Midpoint of straight line. Straight line. The midpoint. Midpoint coordinates. I will give you a full topic in the lesson. The fourth one is any point coordinates. Any point coordinates. Any point coordinates on straight line. Straight line, I will L mean straight line. Just only summary. The fifth one is the equation of the straight line. The equation of the straight line. Equation of the straight line. The equation of the straight line. The final one, couple of straight line. Couple of straight line. Couple of straight line. Couple of straight line. They are the topic we need to discuss on the linear function. If we finish these all topics, the linear function is complete. That's not a simple. One by one I will explain. Okay. Then quadratic functions. About quadratic function, first of all you need to understand quadratic equation. The first topic is quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. Okay, part by part I will explain, don't think. The second one is the turning point of the quadratic function. Turning point. I think in O level time you already know about quadratic function, I think. Turning point of the quadratic function. Turning point of the quadratic function. The third one, find equation. Find equation of any quadratic function. Any quadratic function. The first topic and second topic has a drastical difference. The in first part we only discussed about quadratic equation parts and identification. First finally we discussed for any quadratic function find relevant equation. Okay, don't think I will explain. Now you can take a summary of the full lesson. That is the entire, I think we need more 1 month for this lesson. Within this 1 month they are the topic we discuss entire this lesson. Okay, note down, then we can start the lesson. Still we not started. That's the basic. That's the base of the lesson. To start, we can start from here now. Linear functions. Okay, done. Complete. Okay, now write down the topic linear functions. Write down the topic linear functions. The first one, linear functions. Linear functions. Linear functions. Linear functions. Okay, the very important thing in this linear function, we mainly discussed about the relationship of straight line. Okay, only straight line on any Cartesian plane. This type, this type, this type, this type. Any straight line we discussed in this lesson. Okay, straight line we discussed about mainly only straight line. Okay, no any parabolic shape or this type curve we not going to discuss. We discuss curve parabolic shape in the quadratic function. Okay, parabolic shape this and this type parabolic shape in the quadratic function. Uh, in this linear function we mainly discussed about straight lines, straight lines, straight lines only. Okay, no doubt. In this linear function, in this linear function, this linear function mainly discussed about, mainly discussed about, mainly discussed about relationship, mainly discussed about relationship of straight lines, relationship of straight lines only, relationship of straight lines only, relationship of straight lines only. Okay, now write down first topic, Cartesian plane. Cartesian plane. The first topic under linear function, Cartesian plane. Cartesian plane. Cartesian plane. Okay, I think you already know what is the meaning of Cartesian plane. The Cartesian plane. The Cartesian plane, you already know, I think. The Cartesian plane mean what? The Cartesian plane mean the x and y axis. Think this is the y axis. This is the x axis. This is the y axis and x axis. Okay, this is the y axis. This is the x axis. This is a Cartesian plane. The x axis and y axis get as together, that is a Cartesian plane. You already know in the O-level type. This is that we called as initial point or 0 point. The x and y axis cutting point is the 0. That is 0 point or initial point. Okay, initial point. This is the initial point. Okay, then you can see this side. The positive side. Yes, now okay. Yeah, there was a problem with my mic. I think now okay. Okay, we continue. I think we can continue. I will clear my sound. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Now, as I told, this is the positive side of the x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's up to your limit. You can get this is the positive side of the x-axis. Positive side of the x-axis. Now, this is the positive side of the y-axis. The positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4, positive 5, positive 6. The y-axis positive side. This is the negative side of the y-axis. You already know, don't need to explain, no? Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. This is the minus side of the x-axis. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. That is the Cartesian plane. That's the Cartesian plane. Okay, now I will take it. Wait, I will take it. Can you see these values? You can't. No? Wait, I will take here. For other explanation, we need clear Cartesian plane. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the x-axis. Now you can see. Now you can see. This is the initial point. This is 0. Initial point. This is 0. Then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and minus 4. Minus 4. Okay, this is plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. This is the y-axis. Y-axis. This is x-axis and y-axis. Then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and minus 4. That enough. If you want, you can get into a large value. That enough for our purpose. Okay. Now, if I got any point on this Cartesian plane, this point, if I got this point, understand? If I got this point, think this is a point. This is a point on this Cartesian plane, that is A. How I write coordinates of Cartesian plane? How we explain the coordinates of Cartesian plane on the A point. A point coordinates. How we write? Remember, A point coordinates, always you need to write the x value, comma, y value. I'm starting from very basic level. Very good, Prelan. You correct. Very good. X comma y always you need to remember. Any point coordinates of the Cartesian plane we explain by x comma y always, not y comma x totally wrong. It is 2 comma 1. 2 comma 1. Okay, now tell me, this is B point. Send me B point coordinates. B point coordinates. B point coordinates. B point coordinates. Sivakumar wrong. Amari correct. Kabir wrong. Suhet wrong. Yatish wrong. Rehilan correct. Okay, but you all have sent the same answer. Some students correct, others wrong. Why? Why? You cannot forget brackets. Brackets, yeah, brackets is very important. You need to, the answer should be brackets compulsory. The brackets compulsory, it is x3 positive 3 minus 3. This is the answer. Bracket, if not bracket, you wrong. In the exam also, this type simple question not asking, but the coordinates you have to find for doing questions, then when you write coordinates, the brackets are compulsory. Brackets are compulsory. Okay, then tell me this point, this is C. Send answers. The coordinate of C point. Coordinate of C point. Quickly. All answer, then you can get maximum understand. Yeah, simple thing. Yeah, now okay, all are correct. Yes, all are correct. The C point coordinates are -3, -2 with brackets. Brackets. Okay, final one. Now very simple thing. This one. This is a D point. D point. Coordinates. D point coordinates. No, one is wrong. Sivakumar wrong. Why? We need to always x. Why? Yeah, that I want to check. You can't, if it is x, your first looking value, you can't get x comma y always. Okay, then why not y? Yes, now correct. The -2 and 1. -2 comma 1. X comma y. X comma y. Okay. Draw this Cartesian plane. Draw this Cartesian, good day. Draw this Cartesian plane and mark this A, B, C, D points and right coordinates. Right coordinates in correct method, okay, with brackets. With brackets. Complete. Completed. Yes or no? Okay, others. Okay, no. Okay. Now, okay, write down. Write down a point. Write down a point. The relationship between x and y axis, the relationship between x and y axis called as the Cartesian plane. The relationship between x and y axis called as the Cartesian plane. Called as the Cartesian plane. Called as the Cartesian plane. The second point, the cutting point of the x and y axis, the cutting point of the x and y axis called as the initial point on the Cartesian plane. The cutting point of the x and y axis called as the initial point on the Cartesian plane. 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 That's the initial point or 0 point. 0 point. They are not asking the simple thing I given. Third point. Any point on Cartesian plane. Any point on the Cartesian plane. Any point on the Cartesian plane can be described. Any point on the Cartesian plane can be described by coordinates. Can be described by coordinates. Can be described by coordinates. Same point. While described, compulsory to mention x coordinate value first and compulsory to mention x coordinate value first and y coordinate value second. X coordinate value first and y coordinate value second with brackets. Y coordinate value second with brackets. Brackets compulsory. With brackets. X coordinate value first and y coordinate value second with brackets. Okay, then x and y. Note down this x and y with brackets. Keep note that X and Y. Yeah, fourth note repeat, please. What I told, fourth one. The final point. No? What you missed? Yeah, final point is any point on Cartesian plane. Any point on Cartesian plane can be described. Any point on Cartesian plane can be described by coordinates. By coordinates. While described, compulsory to mention x coordinate value first and y coordinate value second with brackets. Now, okay. 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 That's the basic coordinate geometry. The first part, that's the Cartesian plane. Okay. Now we move into the linear function. Second topic. Now come to the second topic. Very important second topic. The length of any straight line the length of any straight line on Cartesian plane. Write down the next topic, Cartesian plane. Yeah, very important point. Always exam this type questions are asking. Okay, the length of any straight line on Cartesian plane. Okay, the length of any straight line on Cartesian plane. Length of a straight line on Cartesian plane. Length. Okay. Now think we have a straight line. We have a straight line on this Cartesian plane. Understand, focus very well. Very simple thing I am explaining. Okay. Now think this is the A point. This is the A point. Okay, this is the A point. This is the point A. This is the point A. The point A is given. This is the point A. And this is the point B. 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 Okay, this is the point B. Then I want to get think this is a straight line. This A and B is a straight line. This A and B is a straight line. A and B is a straight line. Now can you see AB is a straight line? AB is a straight line. Okay. Now I just want to get the length of this straight line. Length of this straight line. Length of this straight line. How we get the length? How we get the length? Do you have a method? Any method can you suggest? Yeah, think. AB is a straight line. Then first of all, if you want, you can find A coordinates and B coordinates, you can find. Yeah, A into B, no. A into B, what we multiply? Yeah, first before we calculate, calculate uh, the A coordinates. Tell me A coordinates now. A coordinates. Can you A coordinates? Very good. 3, 2. 3, 2. A coordinates. B coordinates. B coordinates. -3, -2. Good. Minus, 3, -2. Okay. Then A and B coordinate we found. Okay, now if you use the Pythagoras theorem, can you find this length? You can think example. Think this is a right angle triangle. Can you see this as a right angle triangle? This is a right angle triangle now. This is a right angle triangle. No? Then you can get what is the length of this side? The length of this side, it is this side length. It is 1, 2, 3. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6. 6 numbers. This is the length. Then this one is this length is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can get the length. That's a short method. The x thing, the AB squared, understand very well. That's a one method, but in this lesson we are not going to use Pythagoras. We have special method. That's a basic method. AB squared equal 6 squared plus 4 squared. That's the method. Then AB squared equal 6 squared 36, 4 square 16. Sorry, 4 squared 16 square root. Then AB equal 12, 42. Sorry, 52. No, 52 square. You can use Pythagoras theorem. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, you can use Pythagoras theorem to find this length. Very simple. Yeah, AB equal 52 square root means 7.21 unit. Okay, the AB, good. AB equal 7. Yeah, you very interesting this lesson. No? Yeah, that is very interesting lesson. 7.21 units. We don't know centimeter or whatever. That's a units. Okay, the unit is compulsory. That is the length. That's the length. That's the length. Now, actually, this method, if they given only coordinates, can we find this is as triangle? As triangle. As example, if they given, that is the actual correct method. But if they given a straight line like this, if they given a straight line like this, only straight line they given with coordinate. This is A point and this is B point. This is B point, A point and B point. The A coordinates are -3 and 4. The B coordinates are 2 and -6. If they given only like that, it is positive 6. Positive 6. It should be positive. Okay, if they given only that, how we get the length? Now that's the question. Then how we count this as, then that is very difficult to convert into right angle triangle and use Pythagoras theorem, very difficult. No? Then now it's a Pythagoras theorem. That's very difficult method. Therefore, we have very short method. Understand? We have very short method to get the length of any straight line on a Cartesian plane. We have a very short method. The AB means length equal AB. The AB, that means that this straight line length equal, understand, y2 minus y1 square plus x2 minus x1 square root. This is the same thing we doing. The same thing. Y2 minus y1 squared, x2 minus x1 squared. X2 minus, sorry. It should be like this. X2 minus x1 squared square root. Okay, that is the equation. The same thing that Pythagoras theorem you can see. The y2 minus y1 mean that. Understand how to use this equation. Y2 minus y1 mean 6 minus 4. Okay, understand y2. First of all, you need to select what is the two side and what is the one side. Okay, you can't change that. I will explain. Just basically understand 6 minus 4. 6 minus 4 square. 6 minus 4 square. X2 minus x1. 2 is 2 minus 3. Careful, minus 3 square. The whole square root is the AB length. The whole AB square root is the then we can say 6 minus 4 is 2. Anyone mic on? Yeah, I will all mute. Now okay. Now okay, Kabir. Yeah, if there are any disturb, send me message. Then I can mute all. Okay, now 6 minus 4, it is 2. 2 squared, it is 4. 2 squared, it is 4. Plus 2 minus 3. What is the value? 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3. What is the value? I ask this value 2 minus 3. 5. Simple. Minus minus become plus, no? Then it is 5. Then 2 minus 3, 5. Then 5 squared, 25. 25. Then this square root. 29 square root is the AB length. 29 square root units. If you want, you can get the decimal value as units. Okay, if you want, if you can imagine the coordinates in the Cartesian plane, you can use Pythagoras theorem, no any issue. But if they given only if we have coordinates, you can easily use this equation to get the length of any type of straight line. Understood? Understood? Okay, we need more practice. I just asked the basic thing you got or no? Okay. Okay, then write down the length of any straight line on Cartesian plane. The length of any straight line on Cartesian plane topic. Then draw this Cartesian plane and mark A, B, and prepare as right angle triangle. Then find the length by this method. Okay, then I will explain the second method. Find the length as Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. Completed. Okay, complete. Okay, if you complete, understand well. Now, can you see the first value is 6 is squared? No. The 6 is squared mean what? The 6 is squared mean the x2 minus x1. That means 3 minus minus 3. 3 minus minus 3. Can you see? The 3 minus minus 3 is the x square. Sorry, the 6 is square. The 3 minus minus 3, it is 6, no? Then compare these two equations. Okay, this method, using this method, we got this second equation, one equation. Okay, then the 2 minus minus 2, this is a 4 square. 4 square. Okay, then you can see this equation we can use any straight line to find the length of any straight line. To find the length of any straight line. Okay. Before wrote that, write down with star mark. Write down with star mark. Write down with star mark. To get the length of any straight line, to get the length of any straight line on Cartesian plane, to get the length of any straight line on Cartesian plane, can be used following equation. Can be used following equation according to the above method. 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 Okay, first write down this equation. First write down this equation. The actually recommended way is the AB mean any straight line, AB equal x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 if it is changed, no any difference, square root. Okay, note down the equation. x2 minus x1 squared, y2 minus y1 squared, square root. Okay, then come to this one. Draw this straight line A and B. Draw this straight line A and B. Okay, better to do it in next other way. The AB equal x2 minus x1. That's the recommended way. But if you change that, no any wrong, no any mistake. Okay. Okay, I will do it again. x2 minus x1. x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, square root. Draw that and write down like this. x2 minus x1 mean 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3 squared plus y2 minus y1 means 6 minus 4 square and square root. 2 minus 3, 2 minus minus 3, it is 5 square plus 6, 2 squared square root, that equal to 25 plus 4 square root equal to 29 square root units. If you want, you can get the final value. Completed? Okay, then your chance. Then your chance. This is a straight line. This is a straight line. This is P. This is Q. P and Q. The P point coordinates are -2 and 12. The Q point coordinates are 6 and -10. What is the length of PQ? What is the length of PQ? Calculate and send me answers. Yeah, what are the values? What is the length? Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, others? Quickly, now time enough. Yeah, I have to ask now. Wait, I will ask. Yeah, Amina, Deneth, Kabir, Saad, only three answers. Hmm. Okay, we'll see different answers. Different answers. Good. We'll see. Okay, any other answer? Square root 548. We'll see. Okay, they are very simple question. Now we want to get the length of PQ. Now what is the time? Can we continue today 9 or 9:05? Okay, no. Okay, this part we need to finish the length. Then we have you already know what are the topics we have discussed in this lesson. We have a lot of topics. Only two topics we discussed today. Therefore, we need more time. Okay. What is the equation? X2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. X2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 squared, square root. Square root. The main thing you need to understand, the x2 and y2 and x1 and y2 you can't cross. That means if you use this is x1, this one should be the y1. It cannot be y2. That's very important. If you got this is x2, this is y2 always. It cannot be y1. Okay, remember. Then y2 minus y1. If you change that, no issue. If you change this is x2 and y2, this is x1 and y1, no issue. Okay. Then x2 minus x1, 6 minus 12, 6 minus 12 square. Sorry, 6 minus, sorry. What I did? 6 minus 6 minus 2 square plus minus 10 minus 12 minus 10 minus 12 square root. Then 6 minus 2, it is 8 square plus minus 10 minus 12. What is the value? Minus 10 minus 12. It is minus 22. Minus 22. Minus 22 square root. You can, if you can't realize this minus positive value, you better to use calculators. Okay, you can use anytime, you can use calculator. Then 8 square is 64. What is the 22 square value? 400 value, no? 22 square. 22 square. 22 is enough. 484. 484. When minus 22 square, it become positive. It become positive. 484. Then we have to add these two. 8. 548. 584. Or 40. Yeah, 48. 48 is square. The units. If you want, you can get the decimal value. If you want, you can get using calculator. Okay, that's the length. I think all are correct. No? All are correct. Yeah, all are correct. Then it not 400, 548. It should be 548 root. Root 548 correct. Kabit, what is the 548 root value? It is 23.4. 548. Now 23.4. 23.4. Then Kabir correct. Yeah, correct. It is 23.4 units. Okay. Okay, final question for today. Question number 2. Final question for today. This is S and this is R. The S coordinates are -2, -8. The Y R coordinates are 12 and -1. Okay, quickly send me the length, the root value enough. The root value enough. Quickly say. SR length I want. The length between SR straight line. Oh, different answers. No? 277 root, 245 root, 596 root, 245 roots. What's the correct? Then you can use calculator. It cannot be changed. It's a one value. The answer should be one value. The S and R, the x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1 square root. X2 minus x1, 12 minus 2. 12 minus 2 square plus minus 1 minus 8. Minus 1 minus 8. Now can you change the side? Minus 8 minus 1? Wrong, okay? If you got x2 is here, x2 12 minus, if you got this side 12 minus, if you got this side 12 minus 2, again you have to get same side, same direction, okay? Minus 1 minus 8. If you got other side, both you need to get opposite side, okay? Therefore, if you cross, that's wrong, okay? 12 minus 2, it is 14 square plus minus 1 minus 8 minus 1 plus 8. Then what is the value? Minus 1 plus 8. Minus 1 plus 8. It is plus 7, no? Plus 7. The plus 7 square root. 14 square means 196, I think, no? As I think 196. If mistake, tell me 196. It is 49 square root 965 245 square root. I mean, what happened? Didn't it? Check again your answers. Check again. This is the value. Then the decimal value what? The decimal value 15.65. No? 15.65 units. Yes, you have missed something. Yes. I mean, I found your mistake. Okay. Then okay, that's all for today lesson. I need to give you homework. First one. This is x and y. P and Q. P is minus 8 minus 6. Q is minus 2 minus 6. The second. Third. That is A and what is the coordinate of x? 2 minus 4, sorry, 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4. Others, okay. It is plus 1 minus 12 minus 7, 2. Okay, then first question you need to find xy length, the second one pq length, third one ab length you need to get. Okay, if you note down, I will send a homework question photograph into the group. Then you can practice and come to the next class. Next week we discuss the very important part. That's a compulsory question of the exam. The equation of the straight line. The next day we discussed everything about, do you know y equal mx plus c? Everything about this equation we discussed in the next class. Therefore, don't miss anyone this next day class. Y equal mx plus c, I think you already know some part, but in depth, as today in depth we discussed in the next class. Okay, I will go today lesson. Today we discuss first 30-minute work and energy, and other 2 hours we discuss the coordinate geometry. Okay, that's all for today. Good night.